when we introduced a new category this year, the Cooperative Local Hero Award, we expected a flood of nominations, but what we hadn't bargained for was that quite so many of them would be for the same person, 48 in fact, 48 nominations. So we had to find out more.
Busted drug deals.
He stops car thieves.
Rescued people from burning houses.
It's as if he's a lot more than just the milkman.
For 20 years, milkman Tony Fowler has been the crime-busting eyes and ears of 21 villages surrounding Melton Mowbray.
Thank you very much. See you on Thursday.
With no policeman for miles, the local population, particularly the elderly and the vulnerable, rely on Tony to keep them safe.
Hello, Tony.
And his exploits are nothing short of superhuman.
Crime like milk should be bottled.
Incredibly, Tony has foiled car thieves by bravely blocking their escape with his milk float. Busted a post office burglary before pursuing the culprits on foot.
He's kind of like a milkman superhero, you know.
And if that wasn't enough, he helped crack a drug deal worth hundreds of pounds.
Police, please.
There are not a lot of policemen about on nights, you know, and Tony's our eyes and ears.
But Tony doesn't just fight crime.
It's nice to have somebody here who's keeping an eye on people, especially old people.
From picking up prescriptions to a sympathetic ear.
Now then, you've been singing again?
He's always on call.
Well, I think he does a wonderful job. He works very hard, he's always cheerful, and he's very helpful.
And when he's not providing Melton Mowbray with its calcium kick, Tony works tirelessly to raise money for local charities. So far, he's helped raise a staggering £250,000.
To be honest, if it wasn't for Tony, I don't think this community would survive.
Thanks, Tony! And here he is, the milkman superhero, Tony Fowler. That's one hell of a suit, yeah. Tony.
Well, last night I heard you were talking about the length of my milk round, but you weren't really interested in that. You sort of, well, apparently has big feet.
It was your cow pants.
No, big feet, big hands, and what else? So I thought, well, I'd be romantic.
Oh, Tony.
And you can take... I mean, all the lovely women out there, I mean, I thought, well, you won't be having that, but I stayed loyal.
Thank you very much. How's your gold top?
No, well, you'll have to come with me afterwards, I'll show you. No,
is this what you do to your old ladies on your milk round?
Of course I do. It's the Christmas kiss to look forward to. No, what I would like to say, first of all, on behalf of all of us tonight, it's been a great inspiration to all of us. I would like to thank the ITV, Daily Mirror, Cooperative, and also myself, the loyalty they showed to me. And without them, I wouldn't be in business. But it's a team behind me. It's my suppliers. It's Robert Wiseman Dairies at Northampton, especially Stuart, Malcolm and Teresa, and they've never let me down. Also, sorry to my mum for all the years I've given her worry. To my wife, who not only looks after me, Anna, she bags the potatoes and those oranges, and she always says to me, you can always bring any of your fluids round, but I'm sure they wouldn't like to bag the potatoes and orange. But without her, like tonight, she's at home, you know, standing the bridge. The other question tonight is, I've been asked, don't see a milkman anymore.
No, you
don't. No, well, yeah, but on my table, half of them in credit. The other half I got rid of, because they don't have a doorstep delivery. But
yeah.
I say, half of them did. And the reason is you don't see them, that they're still there. They are the eyes and ears of the community. And they go out, and while you're going to bed, they're going out to work. And when you get up in the morning, the job's done. And it's all right, you've been attracted tonight to all the things, but it's being there when you're lonely, when you get older, you know, somebody to talk to, change a light fuse or a bulb, just the little things. And really, nowadays, we all ought to be looking after other people. Two of my colleagues recently, one Andy Bodycut, just recently, middle of an isolated nowhere building, door slightly open, heard murmurs, went inside, old lady down, another 6 or 8 hours and she'd have been dead. And he just waited for the ambulance and potted on, did his round. No recognition for that. and another, Gary Gant, Hexham, saved 2 people from a fire. One who I do think is a hero. He was a chap in a wheelchair that had lost both legs in World War II. And I think, yes, you hear about heroes, but I'm not a hero. And therefore, tonight, I'm not accepting my award. I'm accepting it for all the other unsung heroes out there that do things that aren't recognised because they're not seen. Like many milkwomen and milkwomen do things that you don't even know that happened. Even the simple things like closing your doors, locking your garage doors, putting your keys back through the letterbox, and just being there for some company, and the reliability of having a doorstep delivery, something that the supermarkets will never be able to match. And that's why continuously, they crash down the price of milk, but they still can't get rid of us, and we're still here today. Hey! So all I ask, one last thing, and then you get rid of me, is that you go to www, I think that's right, findamilkman.com, and they tell you what, you won't be, well, you'll be amazed. Thank you.
I love him there. OK. You can see what he's like. Now to present Tony with his award, a woman who's always eyeing up the talent,
I
Amanda
better take
Holden.
that back then, hadn't I?
And a man who's been round the block a few times, just like you, Tony, our own lovely tooth fairy, Mr. Alan Carr.
Hello, love. Oh. Why do we get the nutter?
I can't.
All the people we could have we get the nutter.
I know.
I love you, Ray.
No, I love that speech, but I thought you milked it. That's funny.
Very good.
No, seriously, we think you're brilliant, don't we?
Wait, I've got one question that will get edited. Do you produce your own milk or you sell full fat?
Oh! For you, I especially do the one, which is like the taste of semi-skimmed, but the value of skimmed. And that's just for you only, in a purple label.
I feel dirty.
Yeah, I think it's a family.
We're off now.
No,
Where
really,
is
we think
this
you do a
award,
great
Anne?
job.
There you are.
Thank you.
That's
You've
the
done
award.
really well done, yeah.
It's red top.
Sorry, what?
And it's that skimmed. Whew, it's like water. I'm 4% fat.
No, look, here's the real award. Clearly, the village people's choice, darling.
Is that why I've got so many children?
Yeah. Don't go there. It's a family show. Now, come on.
Right?
No, seriously, it's for you, and it's got our dirty old fingerprints all over it.
Thank you
Congratulations.
very much. Thank you.
Well done.
Well done. Oh, lovely little one. Tony Fowler. Get him off! Our next award.
I mean, you feel a fate, really, in a way, when you hear some, especially the children. I mean, that's the future of the country. When you look at people like that, hopefully that'll spread and encourage other people to act like they've done.
It's very modest of you. You yourself are a bit of a hero.
I don't mean just an ordinary person. I mean, anybody in the same situation would do exactly the same as I do.
And you guys must think slightly differently tonight. You think he's pretty special.
He is pretty special, just by the very outfit he's wearing this evening.
Very special.
And I just noticed the moo-moo tie.
Yeah, that's it, special.
Someone made this for you, though, didn't they?
Yeah, one of the customer, yeah.
Don't forget this.
Yeah, and
Now
the tail.
this is something else.
Turn round, show the ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
Now look at this. Let's not forget, tonight's all about fun as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Rewarding the people who are
and having fun and enjoying yourselves. And that's,
Exactly.
Life's too short.
And
as long
celebrate your heroism.
and you bring a smile to everybody's face, yeah.
And how was it to be presented your award by Alan and Amanda?
Well,
Don't answer that. I'll think very
Was it a letdown? Was you expecting Shirley Bassey?
no, if we'd have gone in the room alone, I would have enjoyed it even better. How's that? But you sport it, you see.
Sorry.
3 doesn't make a crowd. So.
Well, you can come to my house.
What am I saying? So I'm hosting your show then, am I Friday night?
Yeah. He's hosted the Friday night project. We're going to get him on.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
With
The
his
Cowboy
own what? His
Milkman.
own what?
With his own what? His own